Hi everyone, and welcome to 1 Samuel chapter 14. In the last verse of chapter 13, we see that the Philistines move their camp from Geba, which is located right over there, across the wadi, which we saw in chapter 13, and camp here at Michmas, on the hill directly opposite us, on the other side of the wadi. We're now looking northwards, towards where the Philistines camped at Michmas, and Jonathan makes that same movement northwards and has an important role in this chapter, Anarina.
He's very brave. He convinces his arms bearer to go with him. And it says here in chapter 14, he says, nothing prevents the Lord from winning victory by many or by few. So the arms bearer says, I'm with you, whatever you want to do, let's go into the enemy camp.
Just to complete the picture, Saul is located at Migron, as we see in verse 2. Migron is that hill right opposite us, where we filmed chapter 13. And Jonathan crosses this wadi up to Michmas, together with his arms bearer. In this wadi are located stalagmites and stalactites, giving the idea of the name Shen. Verse 6, Shen, the tooth, is in this wadi. Jonathan crosses it and makes a deal. Let's hear about the deal.
Right. So now he wants to have a sign. He wants to know that God is with him. So he says to the arms bearer, the sign will be this. If the Philistines see us and say that they will come down to us, we know that we need to get out of here. But if they call us to go up to them, then we know that's the sign for us to pursue them. And from a military standpoint, that is the more difficult option. So he sees that as a sign. They then do that. He goes up. He causes terror in the enemy camp. As he goes in, the arms bearer come behind him and finishes them off. God moves on their behalf, and he causes tremendous confusion in the enemy camp.
Yes, Saul is located at Migron, as we noted, right over there. And Saul tries to inquire of God to find out what is the correct thing to do in this circumstance, but there's no time because the war has moved so quickly. And Saul is forced into action and joins the battle as the battle moves northward towards Beit Aven, located farther north in that direction. We
now see that the Israelites that hid in the caves and the tunnels and the cisterns are now joining the fight. Even those that joined the enemy camp are now coming back fighting on the side of the Israelites. And this is because Saul sees that they are now pursuing the enemy. He wants to take full control of it. And that's where he makes an oath that he says, nobody is allowed to eat right now. We have to finish this fight. We find that Jonathan is at a completely different location right now. He doesn't know about the oath that his father made. At that point, his party passes a beehive. Jonathan is hungry. He takes off the honey, and his eyes lit up. That's when the soldiers then tell him, but your dad made an oath, you're not allowed to eat. He answers then and he said, my father has already caused great confusion. But we know that this is not the end of it, Sean, because then at Shaul, at Saul's side, something worse happens.
Yes, the problem of the beehive is a small problem. The larger problem is that the people, in their excitement in this war, are eating on the blood. Apparently they are taking enemy cattle, slaughtering them and eating them without removing the blood. Saul realizes this is forbidden, and so he builds an altar so that the people can sacrifice and remove the blood and then eat properly. This is the first altar that Saul builds, and Saul tries to get an answer from God, again, what he should do in this war.
And then they have to do a lottery to find out who violated the oath. That points to Shaul and his son. Later on they do the lottery again, then it points out to Jonathan. Saul then wants to kill his son because he has to keep his oath. And that's when the troops actually step in and they say that there is no way that Jonathan should be killed at that moment. I just want to read to you here. It actually says here that in verse 45, thus the troops saved Jonathan and he did not die.
Jonathan and Saul have clearly caused this great victory. This is not a small matter. The Philistines are pushed back towards the valley of Ayalon, west of us, and this whole area, at least temporarily, is cleared of the Philistine presence.